100th episode of Creatively Performing Arts. We made it. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we're 100 episodes in. My name's Estelle. I'm the host. I'm so glad that you're here. Truly, thank you for being here. This show is all about helping you start singing, dancing, acting, and living creatively through the performing arts, through using your gifts in the performing arts. And I just love interviewing artists who will inspire and empower you to take actionable steps towards literally using your giftings, right? To live creatively every single day, to be consistent, to grow, to believe that it's possible to be creative every single day, to believe in yourself, to believe that it's possible to use your creative gifts, that you even have creative gifts that are worth being used, that it's not selfish. It's not selfish to use your creative gifts in the arts. In fact, God gave you those gifts for a reason, so you should absolutely use them. You should start singing. You should take that dance class. You should audition for that play. You should explore theater, explore voiceover acting, explore writing, songwriting, whatever it is that you are curious about creatively, especially in the performing arts. That's what the show is here for. It's here to inspire you and to help you to go after it, go for it, explore it. And I am so glad that you have been here for 100 episodes, some of you. Some of you have been here for maybe 50 of those episodes, maybe 2 episodes. Maybe this is your very first episode. Either way, you are welcome, if that is the truth. And if not, you're so welcome. I appreciate you so much for being here and for listening. And I hope with all my heart that this show has inspired, blessed, empowered, helped you in some way, and that it will continue to do so. I'm excited because the next 100 episodes are just going to be even better. It's just going to grow even more. It's just going to be even more inspiring. I can't wait to do even more interviews with incredible artists that I know will empower and inspire and help you practically to move forward and starting to sing and perform and do the things that you love to do creatively. Again, or for the first time, you are welcome here. Thank you so much. Truly, thank you. Today's episode is exciting because it's going to be a mashup, a collaboration, if you will. Just be featuring some of the voices that have been here on the show already, and that I just want to take some of their interviews, some of our conversations that we've already had, just to feature some of my favorite parts of them, so that in case you miss those interviews, you can go back and listen to the full ones, or you can have some of that inspiration right here to boost you, to keep you going this week, to inspire you as you start this week. And I'm also doing a giveaway, by the way, for the 100th episode. I'm doing a giveaway. All you have to do is leave a review, DM it to me, and wait to hopefully get chosen. Reviews really help the show to grow, really help the show to get out to more people. And leaving a review just in general would be super, super helpful to the show, because then you never know, there could be an artist on the other side of the world who doesn't even know that they have a gift for acting or for dancing, but listening to Ramita Ravi or Lynn Bullock or someone else on this show really inspires them to be like, these are some dancers that have been on the show, by the way, inspires them to be like, oh my gosh, maybe I should try dancing. And then what do you know? They realize that they have this gift for dancing. So these are the things that are possible when this show spreads to even more people. So that happens when listeners who like the show, who enjoy the show, leave reviews. So please leave a review. And if you would like to potentially win a $30 Amazon gift card, as well as a gorgeous planner that is truly created for creatives and dreamers, people who dream big, then you can leave a review and DM it to me on Instagram at Estelle Asbury or at Creatively Performing Arts. Both are in the show notes. You can also email me. Everything's in the show notes below, wherever you're listening. And let me know that you left a review, and I will enter you in the giveaway raffle. I'm excited. I'm so excited. But since it's a new month, I want to invite you that if you are someone who loves to sing, dance, and act, who has always enjoyed the performing arts or is starting to enjoy the performing arts, specifically musical theater, and you really like musicals and you really like singing musical theater songs, or you want to grow as a singer, I want to tell you about the Confident Performer membership that I have. It's all about building confidence as a singer and performer by singing musical theater songs. At the end of the month that you're in the membership for, you are challenged by the group, by myself, to do an audition, to sing at a local open mic night, to do a performance in our group, some sort of performance to build your confidence as a singer and just to grow your love and the joy of singing musical theater songs. So it's a great way to grow, of course, vocally, because I'll be there in our sessions that we do. We'll do group singing sessions, and you will get to sing and get feedback from me, as well as any of your other classmates, your other membership members, I guess, who will be encouraging you as well. So that's the idea for the membership. If you're curious about that, go to the link in the bio, or not the bio, but the link in the show notes. Go to creativelybyestelle.com/confident. Go to creativelybyestelle.com/confident. The information is all there as well. So I would love to see you join. If you have any questions, you can always DM me or email me, and I would love to hear your thoughts if you'd like to join for this month. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into these incredible artists who I'm going to get to feature. These are women of color. These are women who are living out their lives creatively. They are living creatively. They are doing the creatively performing arts, right? They are singing, dancing, acting. And so I know you're going to enjoy what they have to say. This first artist we have is Tiffany Byrd Harrison. She is a video creator and an actor as well, and she also owns Redemption in Media, which is a media company producing films that feature redemptive stories. And you should definitely go back and listen to her episode. Actually, I'm going to put all the episode links in the show notes, so you don't even have to worry about remembering. And then after Tiffany, we have Lynn Bullock. She's a dancer, choreographer, pastor, and she is super inspiring. You're going to love her story as well. After Lynn, we have Ashleigh Frazier. She's one of my best friends. She's a writer, a self-published author, and a medical student. Then we have Aoife Winner, but her brand is Aoife Wins. She's a content creator, photographer, filmmaker, musician, another one of my closest friends. So you will absolutely love her inspiration that she has. After Aoife, we have Ramita Ravi. She's a dancer, choreographer, entrepreneur, and owner of Artswork, which is an online platform for artists to get paid to do their work. So definitely check it out. She's a co-creator of that. She and her business partner, so go check out Artswork. It'll be in the show notes. Then after her, we have Jasmine Bell. She's an actor, singer, content creator. Then we have Beverly Adeze, comedian and content creator who's really popular on TikTok and Instagram. Then we have Drea Lopez, a Latin Grammy award-winning singer and songwriter who's co-written a song with Gloria Estefan that won a Latin Grammy. And lastly, we have Nyla Watson, Broadway actor, singer, and acting and singing coach, owner of Queen Studios. I love all of these women. They've inspired me so much, and I can't wait for you to hear. Let's get into it.
You can be like, I'm not afraid to get on stage and bare my soul, but then getting in front of people that you know well can be difficult. Or vice versa. You might be someone who's super confident in one area of your creativity, and you try to transition. Like if I can dance. If I tried to transition into roller skating, which was all the rage during COVID, I'd be a deer in headlights. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I think for me, the initial thought was, oh dear God, what am I going to do? And then the second thought, like right after that, maybe 0.5 seconds later, was I'm going to fail as fast as I can, because the faster I get to that failure, the faster I'm going to get better at this. And that was the only thought I really had. I literally said, I'm not afraid to make myself look stupid in front of people while I learn how to do this thing. I'm not afraid to look a little silly and for my videos to be a little messy, which they were a mess in the beginning. But I was so determined that and I think that's really what pivoting is all about, right? Like pivot as a dance move is all about turning that 180 degrees. And if you need to, 360. I think pivoting in life and in artistry is really like, get as quickly as you can, get a turn away from I'm going to fail, I can't do this, and turn towards I'm going to try, I'm going to get better, I'm going to grow. That was the pivot that I made. I didn't even necessarily make a pivot technically. I made a pivot mindset wise, I think, really in my perspective. The truth is I didn't really know how this was going to end up. Like I had no idea if it was going to be, but I think committing at the height that I did, and I feel like a lot of people noticed this after the pandemic, you can wait to commit or you can commit. They're both painful, but you might as well go with the one that's going to move you towards one direction. I feel like God can't really honor the faith that you don't step out on. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't really honor that. So it's really hard for me to suggest to someone, even if they don't fully know, to like take a slow, like, no, fail fast, fail forward. Because the truth is, even if you're wrong, God's going to redirect you. He always does. But he can't redirect somebody who's kind of hesitant and like, I don't know, I don't want to make a mistake. It's like, he going to let you do that while, until you get on board.
And so, and that's who I was. It's like, as soon as I saw a dancer, I would run over to the dancers. And that's what started all of this for me. And having a partner, and recognizing that even though I'm shy or I may feel inadequate, this day is a gift. And what can I get out of this day to maximize this day? Okay, I've done all of that. I've worked 8 hours. I've worked 12 hours. I've done all these things. What is the part that's going to make me happy today? Oh, if I do a pirouette, or if I just put on these pretty dance clothes and just twirl around, if I sing, do that part, be true to yourself. God, there's so much to us as people, and everything that God has put inside of us is what we need. So that part that says I want to sing a song because it'll kind of bring me out of this sad place. Sing it, because God put that in you to keep you whole and to keep you, stable, and to keep your mind at peace. And by the way, you have an absolutely beautiful voice. I told Grace, I said, oh, I'm telling, Estelle can sing. You have a beautiful voice, but so God has given us what we need inside of us. He has given us what we need in his word. He has given us what we need in the earth. All we have to do is pray and obey, and don't let fear can have no part in our lives. Don't let fear hinder you. I am X amount of years old, but that will never stop me from doing what's in my heart. And all I do is say, God, if you equip me, then I'll do it. And that's what I would say to anyone listening. Do what's in your heart to do, no matter how strange it may seem. Trust God in it, and great is the reward. I would have never expected back when I was in my 20s to be doing what I'm doing now, or to have impacted as many people and as many families as I have now, through just a simple act of obedience to what was in my heart.
I thought that everyone growing up, everyone liked to write. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm cool. Everyone's cool. Like, everyone has their own thing.
I'm
Maybe
just
they
like
all
normal.
like to write. That's what I thought too. And then I kind of realized, like, from a very young age, that wasn't normal, because I think like in elementary school we had like this like back to school assignment, and we had to like come back and write what we did for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And all the kids wrote like, remember those like comp notebooks that are just like black and white marbly, and they're like really like thick lines.
Yeah.
So we all had to write down just a couple of pages about what we did for the summer. I wrote the entire book.
You wrote the entire book?
And everyone was looking at me like, how did you even write so much? And I was just like, you only wrote a page? That's all you did for the summer? Like I filled up the entire book, and I almost needed a new one. And my teacher had to come up to me and be like, Ashleigh, like that's enough. Like, you're good. We have more than enough about what you did over the summer. Like, good for you.
Did you write like every single day of the summer?
I just wrote whatever came to my mind. I was just like, I love writing. Like, this is what happened. And
wow.
then we just explained this part and that part in details. And I'm pretty sure she didn't care about details. She was just like, this is required for all the students to do.
Wow,
so
that's amazing. Did she read the whole thing?
I highly doubt it. And even then, like middle school, the same thing. Like, I used to just write extensively, and I thought it was just like a normal thing to do. And so people were like, oh wow, and they would read my stuff and they're like, oh, this is actually like decent. I'm like, really? Like, I just thought it's something I like to do for fun. And it wasn't until my mom actually read my stuff, and she was a language arts teacher in middle school.
Oh, cool.
And so she was like, we could actually publish this, like, if you wanted to. Like, she had friends who also like love to read, of course, like language arts, and some of them had written things, published things, and she was like, if you really wanted to, like, we could do that. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't realize it was a possibility for me. So I kind of just always had a love for it.
Did you publish it?
I did. That was the one that I published when I was 17.
Your creativity is in the hands of God. The biggest thing is when you get to know him and get to know him for yourself, he will add all this onto you. The scripture that I always think of is Matthew 6:33, that you seek the kingdom of God first, and when you seek him first, he really will add all things onto you. Because when I was growing up, I did not think I was special. I didn't think I was special because prophets or pastors didn't really speak into my life. I didn't feel like I had anything going on for me or anything real cool for me because no one spoke into my life, and like other people would, receive. So growing up, I just did my own thing. I just, had my own personality, had my own, interest, and definitely God knew what He was doing. The way I grew up, obviously, is still showing. Like the things I did is still showing now. Like I was always really good at being able to make a new game in preschool, and it now shows in my how I make a new song randomly now. So really is always look within, look at what it is that you're interested in. Think about like, okay, I really like helping the homeless. I really like showcasing like jewelry. I don't know, it could be anything, but it's like always know that it is in the hands of God. He knows everything. And don't limit Him because He is unlimited. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot do anything. Don't let anyone tell you that what this big idea you have is not possible, because God is not a small-minded God. So why would you have small-minded ideas?
I think that one thing that motivates me is that I just really want to prove people wrong. Like I want to, I think, show that you can have a career in the arts and be financially stable and create representation in these spaces that has never existed, so that more people in the future can also see this as a viable career. So I think all of those limiting beliefs that I feel like have been passed down culturally, or just circulate, I think that, I don't know, I just feel a little bit defiant and like I don't know if that's exactly true. Like I don't want to believe that that's true. I also will say, this reminds me, I just talked to my mom about some of this stuff. I did a little like interview with her and about just like what it was like for her to see me do this growing up, and then what it was like for her to like for me to say that I was going to do this as my career. And she's an immigrant, and like it was all about like stability and working like a stable long-term profession. And I think that like we've had a lot of conversations about this, but the two things that she said were, one, I just saw that you were always going to work hard, and I saw that you were going to make this work financially and make this work as a viable career. And so that like, I guess gave her some peace of mind. And then secondly, she was like, I just know that you love it. Like, I know how much you love this. And I know, that if you love something, you're going to be happy. And at the end of the day, that is kind of like what's important. So I'd say, like having that kind of like support system around you is really powerful.
I'll give you an example. Like the beginning of this year, my goal was to book a commercial. Okay. I booked my first commercial in, I would say, March. Okay. Cause I kept going and I kept looking and I was consistent, and, I was practicing, and like, they're looking for someone like this kind of personality. And that's another thing, like just be yourself, they're always looking for people that are, different types of people, no matter what category you fall into. Like even if you're just yourself, like you could create your own new category. Like for me, they were looking for someone, I forget what they were looking for. They were looking for like a friend that liked to dance or something, or like a friend that was like cool, but they ended up putting me in like the passenger seat. So, and I was a friend that dances to the song. So like, it's whatever, just bring what you have to the table. And and so that's something that I did. Or I booked my first television show. Like, just stay consistent and stay on top of looking through those things. Like every day, I check every day for new castings, for new opportunities to perform. And I think staying consistent on your craft every day and practicing helps you get better. But yeah, I always have it written down. So that's like the best way for me. And so I always do that because at the end of the year, I want to look back and look at all the things I did that year. And some years I'm like, man, I didn't do a lot this year. But then, okay, try again next year. and then a new day. And it's always a new day. Like every day, you know, new opportunities come, new ideas you get to, new ideas come where you can, you know, create. So
instead of trying to be like everybody else, be yourself, you know, and put out what you're passionate about, what you enjoy doing. You know, even if one day it gets 12 views, still put it out. If you really enjoy it and God has given you vision, put it out. Because let me tell you, those videos that you put out, it's kind of like an investment. So be consistent, put them out, because what happens with, you know, your content is when it might just take that one video to just hit and just to stick. And then you'll have this audience and they will go back and watch all of your other stuff. So keep putting your stuff out there and be consistent, and be yourself, because people can tell. You know, people can tell when you're authentically you. And in a world where social media wants, you know, they're telling you, oh, you're not good enough. Oh, hate yourself. Oh, you need to dress like this, or oh, you need to fit this aesthetic. It's just refreshing to see people who are themselves. So I would encourage everybody to just be yourself.
Forget about what everyone else wants for you. Forget about what everyone else says you should or shouldn't do. Listen to your heart. I know it sounds very like cliche, but really tune in with yourself. Take a second to listen to what your body and your mind and your heart are telling you that you should go for it. And when you get that answer, go for it and don't look back, you know, keep going. Believe in yourself enough to continue working towards becoming that person that you want to be, becoming that artist, becoming that musician, becoming that podcaster, becoming that pottery maker, whatever it is that you want. You already have everything it takes inside of you to do that. All it's going to take is for you to continuously do the work, you know, and get up and believe in yourself enough to take that action. And you'll see that when you take that action, when you really go for it and you don't look back and you're consistent and you believe in yourself and you don't listen to what everyone else tells you, you're going to see how it shows up for you. The dream shows up for you when you show up for it. And I truly believe that. Like I'm proof of that, in the sense of I don't have everything figured out. I'm just 28 and I'm still pivoting and I'm still learning and I'm still young and I don't have everything perfect. That doesn't exist. But I show up for my dream, and I've seen that my dream has shown up for me in more ways than one. And so don't give up, continue going. I tell myself this every single day. So I would say the same thing to someone else listening. I believe in you. If you need someone to believe in you, I already believe in you. And so go for it. Don't look back. Keep going.
I think that I would encourage you to take out a pen and a piece of paper, old school, not your phone, notes, a pen and a piece of pen to paper. And I want you to write 10 times, 30 times, 100 times, however many times you need it. And even if you need to do it in the morning, every day, as soon as you wake up, I want you to write, I give myself permission to sing. I give myself permission to act. I give myself permission to be great. I give myself permission to perform. I give myself permission to be authentic. Whatever statement you need, whatever you needed them to say back in the day, say it to yourself. I give myself permission to write my book today. I give myself permission to be an author. I give myself permission to be an actress. I give myself permission to audition for my community theater. Even I could cry. Like I feel even myself in this moment opening. I give myself permission to be the greatest version. I give myself permission to be who God says I am. And then start writing, who does he say I am? I give myself permission to be an award-winning actress. I give myself permission to be a New York Times best-selling author. I give myself permission to be a great wife. I give myself permission to be a bomb mother. I give myself permission, you know what I mean? Like whatever you need to give yourself permission to be, write it down every day until you start believing that thing, until you start walking around like that person. So that's the first thing. Before you even sign up for a voice, because if I give myself permission to hit that note in that song, and see what sound you would make, and of course do it in a safe place, schedule a voice lesson. But if you do it in front of that teacher, then maybe they can cultivate that sound and teach you how to do it safely and healthily and consistently. And even maybe that I give myself permission to be consistent in voice lessons. I give myself permission to earn enough money to be, I'm going to sign one more student, and that's going to be my voice lesson money. I'm going to do one more hour at work. I'm going to do overtime one time this week. And that money is going to be the money that I do to take that acting class. I give myself permission to find a way to make it happen. You know, and so if somebody needed the permission, I'm giving it to you. Nyla Watson says, you have the permission to be who God says you are. You have the permission to be the greatest version of yourself, whatever that is. But I want you to take a 15 minutes, set a 15-minute timer on your phone and write that thing out. Who does God say I am? And who do I need to give myself the permission to become?
And that wraps up our 100th episode. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. I hope these words inspired you. Put it on replay back to back to back, inspiring women of color in the arts who are speaking truth about finding support in creative community, about believing in yourself, about not doubting the gifts God has given you, about being consistent, challenging you actually. These words are beautiful and so important, and I hope that they helped you today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all these artists for contributing their time and their talents and their work into this world. I'm just so grateful. There is no intro or outro music or anything this episode because I just want you to have a clean, clear episode you can just come back to anytime and listen to again and again. And also, we're going to have something a little different now that we've reached 100. We're going to switch things up next time. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to leave a review in order to join the giveaway and just to let me know what you think of the show. Share this with someone. You never know how you can inspire someone today. So thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later.